Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And so let's just have this lovely time where we can just get quiet and open our hearts and just send love and gratitude out to the world. Let's take some slow, deep breaths. We breathe in, we hold the breath, we breathe out and we hold the breath. We can couple our breaths with a statement said with our inner voice. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. Feel and see those rays of gratitude going out, blanketing our entire planet with a feeling of love and gratitude. Every part of life receiving this wonderful feeling from the heavenly realms of love and gratitude. And now we listen and feel for our heartbeat. We put the awareness of this in the center of our chest. We bless, we love, and we thank that gift of life, our heartbeat. And as we see and feel that heartbeat, bringing that pulse of light through that silvery cord from our mighty iron presence, through the top of our head, through our pineal gland, and anchoring in that blazing threefold flame in our hearts. With every heartbeat, the threefold flame becomes brighter and brighter and ever expanding. So let's visualize and see our physical body sitting in that beautiful, dazzling golden flame of wisdom and illumination. We can see it much bigger than our physical bodies, before us and above us, saturating every cell of our 4 lower bodies. To the left of us, we see that dazzling sapphire blue flame, which brings the feeling of a desire to do the will of God, the feeling of protection and faith, and the feeling of the power of our mighty I Am Presence. We see the beautiful pink flame to the right side of us, just behind our right shoulder, bringing us that glorious gift of pure, divine, unconditional love. We see and feel our bodies, our physical bodies, and our 3 finer bodies enveloped in this dazzling light. Now we see that flame within our hearts, expanding and forming a beautiful sun in the center of our chests. We make the sun every bit as bright and dazzling as the noonday sun. And now we connect with our own beloved golden being in our heart, our Holy Christ selves, within the golden flame. And we see it expanding. We see that threefold flame in our hearts, expanding and meeting the larger flames created through our visualization. we see our Christ selves, these beloved golden beings within our hearts, expanding and taking complete command of our physical body, our souls, which is our etheric body, our mental and emotional bodies. Just feel and see these bodies blazing light. The great surrender to the Christ self within us. Now we fill our feelings with a feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for our many, many blessings that we receive on our daily journeys. Gratitude for our many, many lives on this sweet earth. Gratitude for our families and friends. Gratitude for our supply and our homes. Gratitude for our health and our happiness. Gratitude to all the beloved elemental kingdom, the great directors of the beloved elemental kingdom, and each precious earth elemental, water elemental, air elemental, and fire elemental, for their ceaseless service to each one of us and to all mankind over eons and eons of time, with very little love and gratitude in return. We just bless and thank them deeply from our hearts. Gratitude to our body elementals. Gratitude to the great and beloved angelic kingdom, our great beloved friend and protector, Archangel Michael, and our own beloved guardian angels, and all the legions of angels serving each one of us and all humanity and all life on our beloved earth. We thank you. Gratitude to the great ascended hosts. Gratitude for these marvelous teachings, as we know, giving us the freedom, the knowledge to make our ascension at the close of this embodiment. And just gratitude to all life, especially that life never loved or thanked. Gratitude for our golden age now dawning, the mighty victory of the light for this beloved planet after her long, long journey. And so be it, beloved I am. Lovely. Sergio, are you able to read the opening invocation for us? Do you have a screen?
Yes, thank you very much, beloved Antia.
Thank you.
My honor, thank you. Before reading the words of our Master, we say together with mics muted as suggested by beloved Lord Kutumi. Beloved presence of God I am, it is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kutumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From beloved Saint Germain.
Thank you, beloved Sergio. All right, so today we've got something slightly different. Because I was listening when I was driving sometime, it just suddenly came up. It was actually Gerald Craig reading from the Saint Germain Foundation, but it's a foreword from The Magic Presence by Godfre King. And I just thought, we just got to listen to it again. It was so marvelous. And then we're going to listen to, I know we've listened to it before, but I just always feel we can never be reminded often enough of the great importance of doing the rhythmic breathing. So we're going to listen to the Holy Elixir of Life from the Bridge to Freedom. And it was almost like I felt the I am presence came through Geraldine at that time and just gave her this amazing, this wonderful dictation. Or it could have come from the great Mahachohan. As we know, he is the dispenser of the breath. And then the reading began to continue with beloved Terry reading, beloved Orion, and it is loving cooperation in rhythm. Just wonderful. And then Gems, we're going to listen to Mighty Victory, and this is absolutely marvelous. I just loved it. Now is the hour for application, the world of creative cause. It was just so brilliantly expressed, as always, by Mighty Victory. And then I thought I'd follow on with Mighty Victory with Friendship for the Gods. And then, as always, John will take us through the really wonderful opportunity we have at the end of calling for the light through the decrees. So let's just listen to Gerald Craig.
Forward. This book contains the second group of experiences which I was privileged to have through the love and assistance of the beloved Ascended Master Saint Germain. In the first book, Unveiled Mysteries, he revealed many, many things which have been held in secret and sacredly guarded for many centuries. In The Magic Presence, my experiences were the result of applying the knowledge he had previously revealed. In the various retreats of the Great White Brotherhood which we visited, I was shown the tremendous work they do for mankind through their messengers, who are sent into the outer world. The good they constantly pour out to this earth and its humanity is beyond any power of words to describe. All they accomplish is done through divine love, for they never use a destructive force at any time, and never intrude upon the free will of the individual. Those who are their representatives give everything as a glad, free service of love, and know no such thing as failure. The purpose of this book is to reveal to the individual the whereabouts of his own divine self, the mighty I Am Presence, that all who desire may return to their source, receive their eternal inheritance, and feel once again their divine self-respect. If the student or reader of this book will feel himself going through these same experiences, asking the Ascended Masters to illumine his consciousness by the light of the cosmic Christ, he will receive that outpouring of love which is the open door to all good things and sets mankind free. America is blessed beyond any other part of the earth, and because of her great blessing she must pour out great light. She is the cup through which the Great White Brotherhood can ever expand the great divine love of the universe and set mankind free. For that reason their work in America is of very great importance, and if it be necessary for her protection, then that light as of 1,000 suns shall descend and consume all selfishness from the earth. The truth, explanation of law, and my experiences given in this book are real, true, and eternal. The retreats, people, and instruments I saw and associated with while with the Ascended Masters are real physical places and things, and tangible, living, breathing beings. They are not imaginary, nor symbolic, and are not to be interpreted in any such way. The truth of everything in this book is for the reader to accept or reject as he chooses. If he does not accept or agree with it, that does not remove the truth nor its activity from the universe. But if he can accept the truth herein contained, he can only be blessed thereby, and his world will be a greater and more wonderful place to live in. The great Ascended Master Saint Germain has told us that the books of the Saint Germain series in the Ascended Master's Octave of Light are bound in covers of jewels. May we also value and obey the words of the Ascended Masters contained herein, and become their great love, victory, perfection, illumination, and freedom to all life forever. If the student or reader can feel the great rays of light and love poured out by these Ascended Masters, and can live constantly in adoration to his own mighty I Am Presence, he will positively become the full manifestation of perfection and will have his eternal freedom from the limitations of earth. May the great love, light, and happiness of the Ascended Masters flood the being and world of everyone who reads this book. May it forever be a blazing golden sun illumining the way to peace, prosperity, and freedom until everyone becomes a great heart of ever-expanding perfection and experiences the full victory of his ascension in the eternal service of the light of God that never fails. Godfre Ray King.
So it doesn't actually say it there, but the book he's referring to is The Magic Presence, which is the second book in the series in the I Am book. So, and it is a priceless book and just wonderful. So, and it is on the website, the iamfree.co.za website. Now we're going to listen to this. It's just so lovely, that just the holiness of our breath. The holy breath from the healing chalice. Beloved children of the one breath, inbreathing the divine essence of God being, know thou that within my breath abides the fullness of thy God perfection. Pulsating within thy mortal forms, the breath of my being imparts its life, intelligence, and power for the use of each individual self as it functions in the world of form. I am that breath. Within it is my perfection for thee. Breath is the divine fuel empowering the motor of thy beings. Within it are the powers of which thou hast not yet even dreamed. Man uses the divine essence of myself and with abandon wastes its priceless energies in the dissipations of the flesh. Children of my heart, children of my breath, be thou still and know me. Breathe into thyselves the flame breath of the Father, Mother God. Love the breath, for within it abides the fullness of all thy heart's desires. Bless each breath as it gently enlivens thy mortal forms with its vitalizing presence within thine own separate worlds. Absorb the fiery essence of the breath, recharging all the substance of thy beings with God life. Renew thyselves with each new breath. O children of my heart, I am the will of God within thy breath. I am the love of God within thy breath. I am the cohesive essence of that will and that love. I am the flaming breath of thine own God selves. If thou dost will it so, it can set thee free. Permit my breath to stimulate into renewed action the dulled senses which abide within thine own potentialities. Fan the flame of freedom, which my breath is, until every electron within thy being becomes a star of light. Disease, unhappiness, fear, pain, distress, and all the limitations of the flesh are outcasts in the flaming breath of my being. Either thou must breathe the air of earth, polluted by the wayward desires of other men, or raising thine own heartbeats unto me, accept the holy breath of me, thy God, who made thee, and walk the earth in freedom's flame. I am thy breath. I am thy freedom now, from deep within the secret place within thee, breathing deeply of the divine essence of the God presence, which is myself. Feel the expansion of that flaming breath within thee. Let the burden of thy limitations and distress be transformed into happiness, beauty, and perfection, with which it was at first endowed. Breathe in this fiery breath from God's perfection. So let's now breathe in the beautiful, fiery breath of God's perfection. As we breathe in, we hold the breath, we breathe out, and we hold the breath. We say inwardly, I am inbreathing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am absorbing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am expanding the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am projecting the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am inbreathing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am absorbing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am expanding the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am projecting the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am inbreathing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am absorbing the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am expanding the fiery breath of God's perfection. I am projecting the fiery breath of God's perfection. And so be it, beloved I am. So I will put in the description box underneath the YouTube, when it's uploaded, the link to the Holy Breath, because it is such a good thing to go through. There's loads of wonderful information from the Ascended Masters there. And now we're going to listen to beloved Terry, who's read, as we know, this whole book for us. It's just marvelous. So we're reading from beloved Orion.
Loving cooperation in rhythm. First, there was Hercules' will to do. Then there was Cassiopeia's perception. Then came my love, the focal point, the immortal flame within the heart of our creation. Next came the activity of the Elohim of purity, holding true to the original divine design, so that even unconsciously there might not be imposed upon this pattern some change of form coming from some other galaxy, which we were completing at other hours of the same day. This beloved Elohim held to the purity and symmetry of the divine design in courtesy to the great beings who chose to bring it forth. Not one of us would presume to enter upon the creation of the planets of the system if, in illumined obedience, we were not willing to follow the design of those who drew it forth. Then came the concentration of energy by the mighty Vista, Cyclopeia, so that all the elementals, angels, and builders of form could coalesce their energies and talents around one planet at a time, when that one was being drawn forth into form. The concentration of the mighty Cyclopeia was so important, staying with the divine plan for the creation of each planet, so that when the Manu of the first root race was ready, and his people were ready to take embodiment, we had not dissipated our energies in creating something which was more pleasing to ourselves. Besides, in following the divine plan given to us, it enabled us to have planets ready on time. Then, as the radiation and power of the mighty Cyclopeia increased, we drew the activity of Arcturus, the rhythm of the outpouring of each of us. This is one of the most important factors in creation, for rhythm provides nourishment for the form. In your physical bodies, the rhythm of your heartbeat and that of your breath determines the efficiency of the physical form you wear. In your own precipitation, the rhythm which you establish will determine the symmetry, beauty, accuracy, efficiency, and general perfection of your manifest design. For instance, we, the Elohim, offered to give a certain amount of our time each day to the creation of this one planet, and we all arrived on time, rhythmically, no matter where we had been or what we had been doing. Mind you, other galaxies, other solar systems were being created at the same time. Perhaps we had better explain that we do not use days in the same sense as you do here. We use the words days and hours, which scholars question, because we must have some measure of expression, which you will understand in order to be able to convey to your minds a rhythm of application. Our 7 flames fed our infant planet, breathing into it the cosmic application of creation. The mighty devas who governed the building of form also came in rhythm and gave their service. The angelic host came and gave their service rhythmically too. The directors of the elemental kingdom and the elementals themselves also worked in rhythm with Arcturus, the great and mighty Elohim of the 7th ray. Here again, there is the inversion of the action of the 6th and 7th rays in the Elohimic activities, so far as the building of planets is concerned. Here, the 7th ray, representing rhythm, precedes the 6th ray, representing peace. The reason for this is that the rhythm of building is a part of the service of the 7th ray in order to permit the coalescence of universal light into form. The 6th ray, ministration and radiation of peace, is the solidifying of the perfect design. This now takes 7th place so that when the earth was completed, as it first began its own revolutions upon its axis, the music of the spheres began to pour forth from that planet. Therefore, lastly came the radiation of the Elohim of peace, tranquility, which held the form of the earth from disintegration, because where harmony, peace, and tranquility abide, that which you have drawn forth cannot either be taken away from you or disintegrate. Just as you shellac certain things to preserve them against rust and decay, so does the activity of the Elohim of peace enfold and seal all creations in the entire planetary scheme brought forth by the Elohim for the period of existence designed for that creation by the divine plan held in the mind of the universal first cause. Again came the importance of rhythm, as the beloved Amaryllis, the goddess of spring, brought springtime to our earth successively for 900 years. Only then was our planet ready for habitation. In this same manner, we proceeded with the creation of the other planets of this system. These are the 7 steps to precipitation, or creation, used by the Elohim and builders of form on a cosmic scale. You and every individual who desires to become master of the creation of form must also learn to use these same 7 steps.
And there we can see how important peace is. And as we know, for our golden age now to come into full manifestation for beloved Saint Germain, there has to be peace on earth. That's why it's so, so important at the moment for each one of us to hold that peace, isn't it? So now we have this wonderful opportunity to call for our brothers and sisters that are caught in the psychic and astral realms and to assist Saint Germain in the violet flame temples. And so we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain, while my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We decree it, and so be it, beloved I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. As we're told by Archangel Michael, that really helps a lot of souls caught in the psychic and astral realms. And so now this is from Mighty Victory, and it's now is the hour for application, the world of creative cause. And it's from the Bridge to Spiritual Freedom. And he says, the Chela of light who has entered the conscious path to mastery must one day consciously enter the world of creative cause. Here, as an observer, he will contemplate the invincible causes that have expressed in the world of appearances, good, imperfect, or indifferent. The world of creative cause is the cosmic powerhouse of creation. Here he will see the creative power in action, generating those forces which produce all the heaven and hell humanity experiences. Then, with the conscious realization that the invisible world of cause is the only realm that requires corrective attention, he will come into the activity of conscious wielding of the sacred fire, which we know is done through decrees. Surely, having reached this point upon the spiritual path, you know what the sacred fire is. However, in an endeavor to further assist you in your evolution, I shall elucidate. The sacred fire is the creative energy of life, molded consciously and unconsciously into form by the thought and feeling processes of the individual life stream. It is as simple as that. The use of the sacred fire must be intensely directed into all imperfect causes, known and unknown, until the human consciousness is swept clean of every rate of vibration that is not in accord with the divine plan. He who is strong enough, determined enough, and persistent enough to do this will soon find any uncomfortable effect in his appearance world disappearing. The Chela must consciously step over the threshold from the world of effect, knowing that they have no power in themselves, and enter the potent, pulsating realm of cause, setting his inner house in order, and then, wielding the power of the sacred fire, create in his consciousness the perfection he desires to express. I counsel you to realize the unlimited possibilities at hand, for in the realm of cause, the cosmic beings and ascended masters are willing and eager to lend their consciousness of beauty, their momentums and their pressure of the sacred fire to any aspiring individual who desires to set his house in order. It just carries on here. I believe this instruction is particularly apropos at this time, for so many of the Chelas are concerned with the lack of some virtue or quality or physical substance in their worlds, and the answer to this so-called problem is right at hand, merely by entering the realm of creative cause and entertaining only that which is good, and wielding the sacred fire to remove all else. I trust the foregoing will be of assistance to you. It can be, if you will accept and use that which is herein presented. Mighty Victory. So we know when he's talking about removing the causes of things we don't want, it's the use of the violet flame, which is just marvelous. And also, as we were told, holding that momentum of the perfect thoughts. And a couple of weeks ago, we were studying that. All right, this is lovely. This is from A Kinder World. sweet. I love the animal ones. They're so lovely. Now we're going to say our decree for the beloved animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. We say together, beloved I am presence and that of all mankind, charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to read from Beloved Mighty Victory. And this is, as we know, he is, his temple is actually above the British Isles. And his beloved divine complement is Lady Rowena, who's now the Chohan of the third ray. And his activity is victory. He has only ever known victory. And beloved Saint Germain went to Venus and actually called him and asked him to help us. And we know what a wonderful being he is. And he's also overlighting our entire planet for this year with this flame of victory, nothing but victory of the light. And he says, I am your victorious accomplishment to the light. I am the victorious accomplishment of the will of God for this planet and all her evolutions. Children of the Supreme Source, I am come today to give you the feeling which is within the foregoing statement. Let that mighty essence flow into your emotional world and accept it as a part of your beings from this moment forward. The cheetahs of the Bridge to Freedom have cooperated with the directives of the spiritual hierarchy in a most commendable manner this year, and it is to fire you with the enthusiasm which I know and enjoy that I have been given the privilege of coming into your midst this day. What a glorious feeling it is to come to Shambhala and to be able to look upon this dear planet and see more light emanating therefrom and forming a corona about it, and to realize that the peoples who have consciously cooperated to bring a feeling of unity to this earth are expanding their own light in this glorious restorative process. Some years ago, I stated that victory in the light requires eternal vigilance, but this cannot be accomplished through effort of human will. It is important that you remember that when you become grateful enough for life, as it flows through your vehicles, you render service to life. And as it animates from the beauty of all your garments, one becomes respectful of that gift, the holy essence of divinity, your life. As you give full authority to your own Holy Christ self to control that energy and relax the outer self in the arms of the Almighty, you will find that what you have previously been trying to accomplish by human will manifest through divine love. Now let us turn our attention to one of the commandments, love thy neighbor as thyself. Analyze that statement, think it over carefully, and be at one with all life. If you can accept that truth, you will feel an affinity with all life. Because of your heart, because of your years of spiritual training, you should now realize that there is no separation in life. All life is God. And the way you qualify the energy which so graciously and so generously flows through you shows your advancement in the light and your gratitude to and respect for the Supreme Source. Lovely ones, I humbly counsel you to love thy neighbor as thyself. Then you will find the heavenly riches, the treasures of the universe, making a path to the door of your hearts. And there, seated upon the throne of your being, the golden man, the Holy Christ self, the true Son of God. I repeat, I am the victorious accomplishment of the will of God for the planet Earth and her evolutions. Just so marvelous from Beloved Victory. And now we've got one song we're going to sing, Cyclopeia, Let All See Again. Just marvelous too, before John takes over. Lovely. And we know Cyclopeia is also known as a beloved Vista. And so he is the Elohim on the fifth ray, and his divine complement is beloved Lady Crystal. So it's just lovely. Thank you, beloved John. Thank you for taking over now.
Thank you, beloved Anthea. Good evening, all. Beloved Anthea, thank you again for this wonderful teaching in today's class. We bless and thank all the beloved Ascended Masters and Archangels for these powerful messages and teachings. Beloved mighty Empress, we call to you to take command of us all, produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved Ascended Masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and of all mankind to do whatever is necessary to fulfill the divine plan in this lower realm. But we call for you to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our side into all our decrees so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. We call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection to protect all who have joined this Zoom class, and for the energy released to be purified and used only to serve the pure divine cosmic light. And so be it, beloved I am. We thank you. We say together, mighty I am presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind and render helpless all these sinister forces and activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. our tube of light protection. Beloved mighty and presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance, and Archangel Michael's armor of light, through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. And I am grateful we are given whatever added protection is needed. What we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just visualize our tube of light from our beloved mighty Prince, coming down from above, covering our four lower bodies with that thick wall at the edge, 3 feet each side of us, stronger than any steel, to see that brilliant blue and crystal light, that light that instantly deflects anything that is not of the light. Build your wall of light. See Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth. Every beloved one standing up for truth, justice, and freedom. May God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. Thank you. I am the law of forgiveness for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, human consciousness, and for straying from the light. Beloved mighty presence, through your blessed love, power, and authority, we call to beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin. We ask you that you fill us with your ascended master feelings of mercy and forgiveness for ourselves and for all mankind. We feel deeply in our hearts that sincere desire to be forgiven and to forgive any and all misuse of life, human consciousness, misqualified energies of any kind, any wrong desires and feelings in our beings and world, and every mistake for which our outer selves are responsible. We just feel that great gratitude for this blessing to all of mankind, this great gift of the law of forgiveness. Beloved mighty and presence, and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. And through the activity of the violet consuming flame, take out of our four lower bodies while we sleep tonight every bit of substance that has been discordantly qualified this day. Thank you. We call to you, great central sun, to charge your secret power into these decrees. We call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor that cosmic concentration of violet fire in America, Europe, Africa, China, India, the Middle East, the Far East, Russia, Australia, wherever else it is needed in our beloved world, here and now. We thank you. We say our violet fire decree together. Mighty and presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels, descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all. Cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. Our decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light, awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it, beloved I am. We thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree I am the presence charging the minds or feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host of ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame continually strike to all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. Cause, core, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate constant for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. That thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is. Beloved I am, we thank you. Decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. Now, before we say our final decree, by the love and power of our beloved mighty I am presence, we call to you, beloved mighty victory, to fill us with your full feelings of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. We say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and trebled each instant of each hour by the power of the cosmic 3x3 until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. As we end now, let us focus on that beloved love star radiating within our auras, placed there by beloved Sanat Kumara, as a gift to all mankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love, a true cosmic blessing. We love and thank you, beloved mighty love star, and we ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our four lower bodies, and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with that unconditional divine love. To that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you, and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun holding this focus. expand your supreme light through our individual lifestyles and around all life evolving on our sweet earth. We thank you. And we thank and release all the beloved great ones that constantly answer our calls. We deeply thank you for this. Thank you, everybody. And may our beloved Father, Mother, God, I am richly bless each and every one of you.
Marvelous. Thank you, beloved John. Lovely. And I just like to think, whoops, here, trying to get here. Jenna, beloved Jenna, can you read the closing invocation for us?
I can indeed. Absolutely. I would just love to. Join me, please, together. Beloved, I am presence, and beloved Master Katumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Thank you, beloved Jenna. Just lovely, lovely to have you with us now. And let's just take a deep moment of gratitude. Gratitude for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude to our I Am Presence and the beloved Ascended Ones. And truly gratitude for our wonderful, beautiful world. Thank you. Just going to stop the recording.